Hey everyone, I'm back. We're going to do a start to a geode pour. I did one kind of by accident. Came out really good. So I don't want to sell that one. Keep it for myself. But I had some clients that probably wanted to buy it. So I'm going to go ahead and make another one. I have some beachy colors left over from my pour last week. My collab with Brian and Mona. So I'm going to use those colors because they're kind of the same kind of beachy colors, although there's no brown in this one. So it'll just be the blues and turquoises and greens, and I've got some parchment and gold mixed up. So I have put Spot On Treadmill silicone in 2 of my colors. Only 2, and there's 6 colors. Because I don't want the whole thing to have cells. I want to torch in specific areas and get some cells. So that's why I only put it in a few. All right, so let's start layering our cup. I'm going to put some of the parchment. This is parchment with a little bit of white added to it. My consistency is you know, about what you would have for a ring pour. So it's a little bit on the thicker side. I'm going to be doing a dirty pour, which is what I did with this last time. Hopefully it turns out good. It came out really nice last time, so I'm hoping for similar results. And I noticed when I went to research geode pours, there wasn't a whole bunch of information out there. Maybe a lot of them are done with resin, so that might be why. Put a little bit more of that dark in there. So my colors are, this color is a mixture between phthalo blue and black, to get a deeper navy kind of color. And then we have the parchment, which I'm using now. I want to get this cup pretty full because this is a 14 by 14 and I'm not putting a base layer down. It's just going to be this cup. So parchment, then I think I went with the turquoise, I think. So my turquoise is just a mixture of greens and blues. Couldn't even really tell you what's in there at this point because I'm out of turquoise, so I've just been making my own. And this one's a little bit on the blue side because I have 2 other greens. So this is phthalo green with some phthalo blue mixed in. So it is a kind of dark turquoisey color, dark teal color. All right, and then this is my seafoam green that I made from some aqua and white, and I think maybe a little bit of green. I can't remember everything that's in there. I'm going with my navy color. I'm almost there. And this video is going to come in spurts because I'm going to let it dry and then I'm going to show you how I embellish it. And the products I bought to do that. Let's see, I'm going to go with some turquoise. Going easy on the gold because I don't want the gold to take over. It has a tendency to do that. When I embellish, I'm going to go in and embellish with I have the blue there. I'm going to embellish with a gold pen, 18 karat gold pen, so a little bit more of the parchment on top. And that is my cup, and it is almost overflowing. So this ought to be interesting. Now, pretty sure what I did with it last time was just went back and forth with it. So we're going to do that again. Pretty colors. You can see some cells already popping up. I wanted a little bit more of that parchment, so I'm going to go back in some of these areas. The parchment has the silicone in it. I put the silicone in the parchment and the seafoam green. And I'm going to pause you for just a second. I forgot to put my gloves on. Okay, I'm back. I am not going to torch at this point. I'm going to just go ahead and tilt and see what we get. I need to go down a little bit because I have to cover those pieces that aren't covered. And I'm basically going back and forth. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of up and down except to catch the corners. You want to give it a little bit of a bend, so you want to go down a little bit, but not that much. Let me flip this around so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Already starting to get some cells going on there. Really pretty that the dark blue and the gold kind of mix to make a brown, which I really like. Very pretty. Okay, get that corner covered. I'm going to bring it back. And then I'm going to go get some of this paint off the canvas. Really pretty colors. And it already looks like a geode, so we're in good shape. Just gonna grab some of this paint, get some of my corners. You don't have to worry too much about on your corners getting you know, the exact matching color on those, because really what you're doing is just wetting the corners and then the paint will flow down. So I want to get my a stick because I want to get some of those lines flowing in the right direction. So I'm just going to grab my paintbrush. And I'm just going to go through some of those. I don't want them to look like flowers, so I'm going to straighten them out so that they don't look like flowers. I don't mind these the little cells, just these big globby ones I'm not real crazy about. So that's how you can kind of just straighten them out. My other one that I did had really pretty lacing in the white, so I'm hoping that is going to be the case this time. Just following the lines that are there. And just pulling them through to make them look like geode lines. Okay, now we're going to decide where we want to torch. And I'm thinking ahead too of where I'm going to put my crystals. But most of that will come when it's dry, then I can see how to embellish it. But all right, and I didn't bring my torch over. Okay. It's a good thing my studio is small and everything is pretty much within reach. All right, so I'm going to torch this white area here because that is the white and parchment. And I want to get some good lacing and cells going on there. So I'm just doing deliberate torching in that area. I call it deliberate torching. So I'm going to give a little bit more. I want it to be really lacy. All right, there's some parchment here. So I'm going to go down that center area. Just a little torch at the bottom here. And then I'm just going to let that open up and do its thing. Don't want to get too many cells going on. All right, you can see those already growing. And I have crystals, like clear crystals that have some glass or mirror shimmer on them. So those are going to be put in, and I have some, like I said, 18 karat gold pen, some glitters. I might buy some chunkier glitters to go in certain areas, but I think that's going to be really pretty. And the reason I like the solid lines is because that's, you know, kind of the rock that forms, and then this is kind of the crystal areas, so you kind of get that geode look to it. Eventually I want to do a really big one because I think these are just beautiful. When they get done, people just say, wow, that is incredible when you get them all embellished. And I will come back and show you, and it'll all be in one video. All right, so I'm going to say goodbye for now until I come back to embellish. Oh, let me give you I want to do a close-up of this one, so I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the close-up. That gold just kind of goes, you know, puts down kind of a shimmer on everything. I like that area right there, is really pretty. So even though I didn't put any brown in this, just the blue and the gold combining kind of made a brown, which is pretty. Look at those. Really cool. Cool cells. And then the lacy kind of cells up here are really pretty. And that's where I'll put my cut glass, the chunkier cut glass. Really pretty colors. I know it has kind of a beachy feel to it, but it really does take on the geode effect when I get everything on there. So I'll be back to show you embellishing. Take care. Hi everyone. Today we're going to be doing finishing up the this one that I did, which is a geode pour. I wanted to show you my other one that I did not have filmed. This one is pretty much finished. So you can see I've got the druzy glass in there, and I've used some of my 24 karat gold pen, and then let me flip it around. And then in the bottom I have some brown glitter that I put in there, right along that line. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today, is how I embellished this one. So put that one aside. I also wanted to show you real quick some of the trivets that I did last week. I did 2 videos last week on trivets, so this is one. And I did go back in, you can kind of see there in that center, and filled in those white blobs I didn't like. And it looks pretty cool. So that one is just waiting to be resined. You can see all the sparkly in it. all those primary elements. All right. So that will get, I'm going to show you that too, how I finish those. So this was the orange and red and yellow one. And the copper kind of disappeared. I was a little disappointed with that. But everything else came out good. It dried nice. Sides look good. As you can tell, that red, someone said in one of the comments it looks pink. Well, that's because it's a cool red. So cool reds tend to look more burgundy on the burgundy side. So, but I think that came out really pretty. And then this is the star of the show, I think. This one came out really cool. I forgot that some of the paint had silicone in it. So that's why I got the cell action in the center, which is pretty cool. I might start adding a little bit of silicone to some of my colors, maybe one color, just to get a few of those cool cells. But yeah, I love that one. Of course, you know, mostly because I love those colors. Those are my go-to colors. So there we go with those. All right, so this is the painting on the first part of the video. And so I'm just continuing that video. It might be a little bit long, but it gives you all of the, from the pour to the embellishment. So that one came out pretty cool. Dried nice. No issues. I love that bottom part that has the gold in it. So I'm just going to be embellishing this painting to make it look more of a geode painting instead of an ocean painting, which is what it looks like right now. So I'm hoping I got you guys close enough here. Today I'm going to be using, I found this that I had it and I like the nozzle on it. It's Eileen's tacky glue. You can get that at Michael's, probably on Amazon also. So that's what I'm going to be using for my glue. I have all kinds of glitters. This is my, they call this Druzy Geode Crystals. And this is from Unicorn Art. And I got that on Amazon. So was pretty pricey for this little container of it, but it does go a long way. I didn't use very much on my last painting, so. And then I've got different glitters that I've bought. I don't know which one of these I'm going to use, but this just gives you an idea. This was a package I bought at Michael's, I believe, that had all the different colors in it. And then I found this, which I was really excited because I haven't had time to order any chunky glitter. But I had this from Stone Coat resin, countertop resin. And it's called Mica Flakes, and it's in electric blue. So I think that'll be really cool in here because it's a dark blue. So I was excited to find that in my little box. You forget what you buy when you buy it. I have 3 pens. I just wanted to show you the different pens. This one I got at Walmart. It's Deco Art. And I think it's just gold. I don't think there's it's like a 24 karat gold or anything. I think it's just gold. This one says oil-based opaque metallic paint marker. Premium Deco color. It's made by Marvy. Okay, so that's one. Then I ordered the Krylon 18 karat gold. That's the one I think I'm going to use today. It's a little bit, it's just different. I don't know. I used the other one on the other painting, but I'm going to try this one today on. And it's by Krylon 18 karat gold leafing pen. Excuse my shaking. And then this one is a painter's in silver. So these all work the same, and I'll show you how they work when we get going. Probably going to be doing, I might do the paint pens in another little zip for you because when I put the glitters on, I have to tilt them to get them off after they're dry. So I think we might have to do this in phases today. And I think I'm going to use one of these two It's like a light blue and a turquoise glitters. But let's get the chunky glitter down first because I want to, that's going to be the biggest part of this. And I want to make sure that that gets down first. So I'm going to follow this line here with the chunky glitter. I don't want to totally cover this up here. So I'm just going to be putting down some of this some of this glue. And I'll go back and do the sides when this is dry. So I'm just going to be putting it up in and around some of those cells where I want to fill that in. This is a good way too if you don't like certain areas. You can cover them up. So, and I'm just going to be following this line. I'm going to go up a little bit higher, and I'm going to be doing, you know, not a straight line, just a zigzaggy, following the shapes. I'm just going to put that line in for now, and then go back and decide. Not crazy about this here, so I'm going to make that part thicker. This glue is hard to squeeze a little bit. Make sure you get a nice heavy coat of the glue down, especially with the chunkier glitters, because they you need it to hold that glitter to the canvas. So don't be afraid to get the glue down on there. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with finishing this and my other one. I've had talks with some people about it, and I don't know if I want it to be glossy, like to put a resin coat down, or if I want to do a matte. I was thinking about doing a matte varnish to keep it more of a natural look. Sorry, I was just in your way. So I'm just filling that white part in there. So that'll be my thicker part. I'm going to go a little bit thicker with this down here. And taper it off. It's a good idea to look at some natural geodes so you kind of get an idea. You know, they don't have to look exactly like a geode, just geode-like. So, but it's a good idea to look at some real ones in nature and see what they look like. All right, so I'm just going to take some of this Druzy glass. It has, parts of it have mirror on it. So even when it's not moving, or the light's not moving, it just really shines. It shines really pretty. So I'm just putting some of that down in there. Don't be shy with it. You can always, once it dries, you're going to pick that extra glass up. So make sure you get a nice heavy coat on there. I'm going to go back and push it down just a little bit, very lightly. I feel a little bit like these are kind of like arts and crafts project. Brings back my teaching days and my arts and crafts with the kids. And I went thicker in some places and thinner in others because I just want it to look organic and natural. This glue will dry clear. On the last one, I used my E6000, so you can also use that if you have it. Gorilla Glue, any kind of glue that's heavy duty and transparent. Okay, so I'm just going to tap those down lightly. Go back and get any places that I see glue still coming through. especially on the edges. And because the glue will dry clear and you have paint underneath there, you know, that's what you'll see if you didn't get a place covered. So it's not horrible if you don't get every little inch covered, but just go back in and make sure that you pretty much got it covered good. My clients would come in the shop when I had that one, the first one at the shop, and they were just like, wow, because especially in a light sunny area, you really get that sparkle, and it just sparkles on its own. So it's very cool. I'm just going to move these in so that when I do my other embellishing, they're not in the way. I think I have glue on that hand. Getting ready to go out of town for Thanksgiving. So wanted to get this video done for you guys today. It's actually on a Sunday. And I'll post it still on Tuesday. But I'll be out of town by then. So I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. It's being safe and but still, you know, I think it's important that you still spend time with your family. Just, you know, keep the groupings small and maybe eat outdoors and, you know, all the stuff they tell you. All right, now we have to decide where we're going to go in with, I think I want to go in here with some of that darker, chunkier, but I like this dark blue here, so I don't want to take away from that. I think I'm just going to go on top of it, down this line here. So let's put some more glue down. Hopefully you guys can still see where I'm going. Actually, I'm trying to decide here because I don't like this white blob here in the middle, and I wanted to cover that up. So I'm thinking maybe I'll go around these cells because I like these cells over here, and those will look pretty with some gold embellishment in there. So maybe I'll go underneath the blue. Yeah, and I'll just let it get thicker here and then go thinner because I like this light, that seafoam green in there too. So that's what you have to think about before you start putting glue down, is what you like and what you don't like, and how that's going to work and how it's going to go on there. So I'm going to start over here around this little cell here. Let's go. And this is where I'm going to go down and then back up here. And then I'll just go lightly through here. So let's go back in. Make this a little bit thicker. I like that little grouping of cells there, so I don't want to touch that. I do not like this grouping of cells, so let's make that thicker there. And then we'll make it a little bit thicker coming up here. And we're going to cover that up. I didn't like it when I did it. And I should have run through it, but it was too big of a blob. I thought, if I run through it, I'm not going to like it either. So I just thought when I did it, I'll just cover it up. It'll be fine with some glitter on top of it. And you can see where I had some natural cells pop up, but where I did that deliberate torching, I just had a nice areas with, the lacing kind of cells that I got. All right, so I Nice big area of glue there. So let's dig into this electric blue. It's already looking cool. I think I'm just gonna sprinkle this on too. It's pretty thick and flaky. Let's show you what that looks like. It's just going to give it a little bit of a pop of a brighter blue too. Ooh, we're going to put a lot of this on. See, just covered up my blob. And this has some flakes and some glitter, and I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff going on, so pretty cool. Just gonna make sure I get that glue covered where it's white. Okay, and again, I'm just gonna squish that down. You can do these in stages, you know, the chunkier, maybe do the chunkier glitters, let that dry, come back and take it off, and then you could do one color at a time too, because when I go to tilt this off, I'm going to get a mixture, but it's okay. I'll just keep it as a mixture. The colors will blend well together, and I can use it on something else where I want kind of a mixture glitter. Okay, and I'm definitely going to have to come back and show you guys the pens after this is dry. Let's get that off of there. All right, I think I want to use some of the finer glitter, this turquoisey color down here, maybe a line of it down here. But I want to do some more of the druzy, and I think I want to do some of that down here, just so we get a balance to things. So let's put that down first. I think I need to turn this around because I don't think you guys can see the bottom of this canvas. Okay. So down here where the white is, I'm just going to go around that, probably on top of it, but I don't want to cover up I love that area. Oh, let's see what we want to do. I think I'm going to start over here on this edge. I think we're going to have our last 80-degree day today, hopefully. I'm really ready for it to cool off here. It's just been way too hot. So I think we're supposed to go down into the 70s for Thanksgiving, which will be absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go over this little bit of white here and come underneath because I don't want to, I like what's going on there above that. And this is going to be lighter, so I have to decide here if I want to leave those cells, which I think I do. I think I'm going to go around it. I think that would be cool. So let's leave those and just go around it. I'm going to follow this natural shape I got going here in the corner. And let's go around the top. So yeah, I'll come back later in the day today and show you the pens. when this is dry enough to tilt it. It doesn't usually take too long. All right, let's get some of that crystals down there. I'm just getting a pinch of these and just, you know, in my fingertips, just a pinch, and then just put it right over close, you know, hold it close and right over. That way you don't waste as many. You get them, you're more accurate with them, put them where you want them. I feel like I got my hand in some glue. Hopefully I didn't mess this top one up. So pretty. I'm just thinking to myself, oh, maybe I want to keep this one. I can't keep them all. But I really like these. I am going to be having an auction. I'm going to bite the bullet. I'll show you my wall when we're done here. I have way too many paintings, and they just need to find a good home. So I'm going to be having an auction, probably in, I can't do it before the holidays because I'm just too busy at the holidays, but maybe in January. Mona said she'd help me with it, and she wants to do one too, so I'll help her. We'll team up. But yeah, I just have way too many. I need to finish them up, and my biggest hang up was I didn't want to do the auction until they were varnished or resin, but Mona had a great idea and came, you know, we talked about it. I think I'm gonna just let you guys decide when you buy the painting what you want to do as far as varnish or resin. So that way I'm only resining and varnishing what is sold. I don't have to worry about resining everything that I want to have in the auction. So that'll be fun. We'll figure out a date to do that. I'll let you guys know. All right. And I'm hoping this one will be in the auction. Unless somebody wants to buy it before the auction, but otherwise I will have it up for the auction probably. Okay, let's go in with some of the fine glitter because I want to show you that too. It's nice, these little packages that you get, because you get so many colors in the package, and then you can just snip the end off, which I forgot to bring my scissors over. It wouldn't be me if I didn't forget something, right? Okay. Just going to snip the corner off so that it gives me a little spout to pour from. I find they work better that way. And I think, let's see, where do I want to go with this? Don't take too long, Kristen. This is going to be a long video. All right, I think I want to go up in this area here, in this middle area. So, no, I don't. I think I want to go down here with the darker one. I'm going to go with the lighter one up here. And then I'm going to be done with the glitter because I don't want to get too much on here. I might even go up in this section with some of the darker. So let's go down here. Not going to do a big line. I'm just going to do a fine line, just following some of the lines, make them squiggly. Just kind of use your intuition when you're doing this kind of stuff. What you think it would look like in nature. Okay, and then we're just going to take our glitter and I'm just going to tap over with that little opening that I have. You know, try to get it covered as good as you can. Don't run out though, so, you know, go over it. Make sure you're going to have enough, because that is one of the drawbacks of these little packages, is there's not a whole bunch in here, and you want to make sure you get it covered. And that you're going to have enough. So now I'm just going to go back and get some of the sparser areas. I have to keep opening up that package. And remember, it looks like I have a lot of glitter on here right now, but and glass, cut glass, but once this dries and I take everything off, they'll just be little thin lines. And just where I put the glue, this glitter will come off. And that's really pretty. I like that. Of course I like it because it's turquoise and blue and green. Okay, so it looks like I got that covered really well. And I don't know if I have enough. I wanted to do like a little line up here, but I don't think I have enough, so I'm going to go in with the lighter blue. And I could go in with the silver pen and embellish with the silver. I have to really think about what I want to do with that. But I'm kind of, I really kind of like the gold and the blue together. So I'm really thinking I'm going to use the gold pen. So cut open my light blue. I'm just going to go a line through these cells here. Follow that white line there down. All right. This one's pouring much better. I must have got a bigger hole in the bag. And then go back when you're done, before the glue dries, and just make sure that you've got coverage on both sides of that glue line. Okay, so I think we've got enough glitter on this thing. It is definitely blingy, for sure. But what isn't better with a little bit of glitter, right? All right, and the other thing I wanted to point out is I have 5 lines that are running through the whole thing. So there is your odd number. So the big one is 1, light blue, dark blue, turquoise, and then another white. So there's 5 lines there. And always better with odd numbers. So once I get the gold lines in there, you know, we might have even numbers, but for the big chunkier glitter stuff, there's an odd number, which is always better. All right, guys, I will come back and show you this when it dries a little bit and I get the glitter off of it, and then we'll do some work with the pens. Hello. I was just making sure the camera was on. I'm back. All right, so we are going to go ahead and let this come off of here. I have 2 pieces of paper down, so I'm just going to tilt I'm not going to do a whole lot of messing with it too much. I just wanted to get the extra off. The glue is still a little wet, but it's dry enough to go ahead and do that to it, so I can show you the pen, because I want to get this done so I can get the video loaded for you. And that's how much was left, so that's all the extra. And I'm just going to let that, I mean, I probably could get the broken glass back in the container. That's why I put it on paper by itself, so I might try that. But so you don't use a ton. And I don't know if I told you, but that container was $18 on Amazon, so a little pricey, but not too bad. Okay, so it is definitely not dry yet because it's still white, but we're getting there, and it looks pretty. So I'm just gonna go in with my gold pen. I'm gonna use the 18 karat one. Well, there goes the dogs. Okay, so these pens come, you know, with a pretty cool nib on them, because you can get skinny, you know, or fat. And what you do with them is push them down on a surface to load up the paint, load up the nib, and then you just go. And then when it gets a little dry, you just push it down again. So I think got a lot of extra glitter here. To decide, I think I'm going to go in here in this area. So I'm just going to start out over here, and I'm just going to go ahead and follow these lines, and then I'll come back and make the line bigger in places. I want to go around these and then back up here. Okay. And then I'm going to go around these with the gold, just encircling those, and then make them flow out. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, just stop every so often and just push that pen down again. And then I'm just going to thicken up the lines here. And then let me know what you guys think about, do you think I should do I'm concentrating and not thinking. Do you think I should do a matte finish on these? Or do you think it would look cool with a resin, or just a gloss varnish, or what do you think? I'm going to go around this cell here too. think I like the way the other pen worked better. The Deco Art. No, not Deco Art, Deco Color, this one. I think the paint came out a little bit better on that one. This one I have to keep pushing it down. And I'm just following the lines that were here. Just make them thicker in places and thinner in others. I'm not sure that I'm crazy that I did this with these two cells here, but I think it'll be okay. I'm just going to make it a little bit thicker there. I might go in and add some glitter. I don't know. I'm not sure. It looks like it looks like sunglasses to me, but maybe it'll be okay. I'll maybe add something else to it. All right, so there's one gold line done. And then I'm going to go down here and I think up here with some. So I'm just going to follow this line here. I'm going to make that gold instead of white. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Just blowing off some of that glitter there. I'm going to follow this line here through the brown. Yeah, just making sure you guys can see there. Okay. I'm just trying to decide. I think I'm done with the gold pen. I might do a little bit more later, but I want to see this dry and totally done. So there is the pretty much finished product. I'm pretty happy with that. Give you a close-up. All that bling going on. Love those crystals. There's some of the pen that I did down there. Yeah, I'm going to do something with this. I'm not sure what, but I'm not crazy about that. So I will, when I get this completely dried and get all the extra glitter off of it, I will take a picture, or I'll just have it in my next video so I can show you what it dried like and once everything is off of it, because there's still a bunch of stuff there. So all right, guys. Oh, I wanted to show you my wall, so hold on just a minute. Okay, this is my wall I was telling you about. That this is why I need to have an auction. This is not even everything that I have, because I have more in my living room, in my bedroom. So yeah, lots of stuff that we need to auction. So there's some pretty Dutch flower ones over there, and so we'll have an auction. I'm thinking like the end of January. I found a day where we can do it. So have a great week, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next week. Have a good turkey day. Gobble, gobble. Bye-bye.